Hey guys, and welcome to part 2 of Battlefront History and Lore. It was finally announced this E3 with a snow-covered teaser trailer of what I can only imagine is the Battle of Hoth, that Battlefront 3 is confirmed and it's on the way from the creators of the Battlefield series. In this episode of History and Lore, we're going to take a look at Battlefront 2, one of my all-time favorite Star Wars games. On April 21st, 2005, during the Star Wars Celebration 2, held in Indianapolis, Indiana, developer Pandemic Studios announced Battlefront 2. Built using their in-house engine known as Zero, the same engine used in the game Star Wars The Clone Wars and the original Battlefront, Battlefront 2 would be released coinciding with the DVD box release of Revenge of the Sith, similar to how Battlefield 1 was released with the original trilogy's DVD box set. LucasArts looked to fans for inspiration for Battlefront 2, browsing forums and requesting feedback for the sequel. Peter Hirschman, Vice President of Product Development at LucasArts, detailed the immense effort required to get the game to be playable on the PlayStation Portable. It was a huge pop-the-champagne day if you got one whole frame a second. LucasArts engineers working on Indiana Jones and Star Wars development teams were brought in to help optimize the code. Gameplay in Battlefront 2 was on par with Battlefront 1 with the addition of new gameplay mechanics, such as 2 more character classes that are unique to your chosen faction, such as the Bothan Spy for the Rebels or the Dark Trooper for the Empire. Another addition was space combat.
Attention all pilots, attention all pilots, prepare for takeoff. That's it in the bombers!
And a full story campaign mode called Rise of the Empire.
My first day as a member of the 501st. It was hot, it was sandy, chaotic. Nothing at all like the simulations on Camino. Of course, that's pretty much the way it was for all of us, wasn't it? All that breeding, all those years of training. It doesn't really prepare you for all the screaming or the blood, does it? Frankly, I'm still amazed we ever made it through the first hour. Never mind the first day.
Which followed a group of veteran 501st Legion, known as the Vader's Fist, from the beginning of the attack on the planet Megiddo and during the Clone Wars, and ending with the assault on Hoth, depicted in Empire Strikes Back. With 18 missions total, the game was praised by reviewers for fixing one of the main problems the first game had, a lack of story. Sadly, the game still had some of the original weaknesses, such as poor AI that would run headlong into gunfire or just run right off a cliff. The PSP version of Battlefront 2 did not have the Rise of the Empire campaign, and instead it featured 3 single-player challenge modes: Imperial Enforcer, Rogue Assassin, and Rebel Raider. In Imperial Enforcer, the player is sent to eliminate indigenous species on several planets, such as the Gungans on Naboo or the Ewoks on Endor. Rogue Assassin required the player to eliminate all Imperial officers on a given set of planets. Bonus points are awarded for any other kills. And finally, Rebel Raider, which tasks the player with locating specific objects that are scattered about the map and returning them to a designated drop point, pretty much a capture the flag style gameplay. One of my favorite modes for Battlefront 2 was Galactic Conquest, which puts the player in command of a fleet, using it to conquer the galaxy. Much like an old game of Risk, you have 2 opposing forces trying to take over each planet. When the 2 forces met each other, it would switch to the traditional perspective, and players must eliminate the enemy faction to gain control of that planet. Doing well nets the player credits that can be used to buy new fleet upgrades and character classes. Sadly, unlike the Xbox and PlayStation versions, the PC version did not support this mode in multiplayer co-op. One interesting game mode I really hope to see in Battlefront 3 is Hero Assault and Space Assault. In Hero Assault, they pitted 2 teams, the good guys versus the bad guys, and whoever reaches the allotted number of kills wins. Now, you'd use hero characters to do this. In Space Assault, each side gets 2 capital ships. Your team's objective is to disable the enemy capital ship while defending your own. This can be accomplished by attacking the subsystems directly using a fighter, or by landing inside the opposing ship and destroying it on foot. Battlefront 2 was received really well overall, being praised for things like a very enjoyable single-player campaign and an amazingly fun multiplayer game that just added to what the original had built. I hope you guys have enjoyed this short series of history and lore. Next up, we're going to look at Battlefront, what we know and what we want to see in the upcoming Battlefront 3. Well guys, let me know in the comments below what features would you like to see in the new Battlefront, and what could you do without? Please like this video, subscribe to my channel for anything modding related, or TGN for more gaming goodness, and as always, thanks for watching.